Hello and welcome to the Outside the Cockpit qualifying Qatar GP qualifying watch along. I'm your host Sam Donzik. Will be joined hopefully shortly by Ming Truong to watch along with us to watch the qualifying live as it happens. We're going to pull up really shortly the live timings as they're coming up here. And obviously, looking ahead to qualifying, we saw in FP3 Valtteri Bottas going the quickest, setting a lap time, and then obviously Lewis Hamilton came in second place, and Max Verstappen in third place. So does Bottas get pole? I know in the pre-race show I was a little bit hesitant, but I don't know. Bottas seems to be posing to be a threat possibly to get pole position, and we could very well see it happen today. Let's just pull up the live timings as it happened. Obviously, no one's on track yet, but they are starting to go out as qualifying. As the first cars are going out right now, as you can see, going on right now. So, yeah, I mean, like I'm super hyped, honestly, for this weekend. It should be a great race. It's lots of drama going on and off the track, and based on what we saw in practice, based on what we're looking towards qualifying now happening live. Q1 is underway. I would say that in terms of who's going to get eliminated, at least from Q1, my predictions would be, I would say probably Giovinazzi, probably both Haas's, maybe Latifi and the Williams. They just haven't really looked strong all weekend in terms of obviously being at a new circuit, and it's really tough to tell how well a team is going to do at a new again, and realistically all the teams are new here, but regardless, just based on what we've seen from practice, the 3 practice sessions that we had so far, that would be my prediction. Kind of both Haas's, Schumacher, Mazepin, as well as Giovinazzi and Raikkonen as kind of and then maybe one of the Williams. So would it say possibly getting out in Q1? But again, it's all up to play for. Still not sure. Interesting enough, obviously, a lot of people starting on the soft tires, but Pierre Gasly going bold, starting on the mediums. That's an interesting strategy from AlphaTauri, because obviously only Q1 is really when you need to have to worry about, or Q2, sorry, is when you have to worry about having to switch to the mediums. Okay, looking at the championship battle here live, obviously. Very tight between Hamilton and Verstappen. 9 race wins to 6 race wins, 3 to 5 fastest laps, and sprint points 7 to 2. So very interesting. Obviously, you're not seeing this. This is just off to my screen because I'm watching the qualifying live as it's happening. Max Verstappen is yet to go on the track. Obviously, still waiting to go out. Haven't seen Hamilton go out either. Just obviously, because when you watch qualifying to start out the sessions, I'd say the lower cars in terms of their peer you have Ferrari's going out. That's interesting. Carlos Sainz is on the track on his way right now. Still awaiting for the first lap to be completed. Obviously, Q1 is just underway. Only a few minutes been completed so far. But still, obviously, lots to happen. Lots to go over. Lots to happen over the next hour here on our Qatar GP qualifying watch along. You can also check out our Twitter, Outside the Cockpit, for today and tomorrow. We'll be doing obviously live updates between qualifying and the race, as well as posting other Twitter stuff. So you can check that out. That is, yeah. You can also look at it down below. Obviously, our Instagram Intermission CA and our Twitter Intermission CA as well for the Intermission Sports. You can check out the Outside the Cockpit. Still waiting. Okay, so the Haas is going out right now. Oh, some sparks flying off of Nikita Mazepin's car. Schumacher still no lap yet. Oh, there's a replay here being shown. What do we got here? Mick Schumacher. Oh yeah, just going by, looking at the turn. Oh yeah, and maybe the track limits are just scraping on the rear. The front wing is scraping a lot there, quite a bit on the ground. Interesting enough as well. I mean, okay, we do have a Mercedes on track. Lewis Hamilton is on track, looking to just go for his cool down lap first. And okay, we've got pretty much everyone else joining. Max Verstappen is on track as well, looking to join the queue. And you can see, okay, lap times are being set here: 1:23, 3:68, 1:23, 3:20 for Carlos Sainz right now. Okay, not a bad lap from Ferrari, a 1:23.3 for Q1. Vettel's looking pretty strong as well. Leclerc, okay, so 1-2 right now. Not too bad for the driver live leaderboard time. Stroll. And here is Gasly. Okay, we're on board right now with Gasly. Green in the first sector, purple in the second sector, middle sector, sorry. Or second or middle sector here. Ooh, a little bit lost time there off of Sainz times, but 1/10 of a sec, 1/10 of a second. Not a big margin between Gasly and Sainz coming through the final corners. Ooh, loses a little bit there off the edge. And he's going to cross the line. Ooh, 123, 120. Oh, so he goes fourth fastest at a 123.490 for Pierre Gasly. Not too bad, not too bad. So right now, as it stands, Ferrari sitting 1 and 2. Vettel doing really strong in the Aston Martin. I was surprised by that, 124. But again, we still haven't seen Perez. We haven't seen neither of the McLarens, nor the Red Bulls or the Mercedes setting fastest laps yet. They are on the outlap right now. Notice that no time, Perez had no time as well. But alrighty, let's see. Lewis Hamilton, a lap around the Losail circuit with the 7-time world champion, obviously coming around the first corner. Ooh, late braking. The suspension is something to watch. Oh, goes wide at the second turn there. This is really interesting to see the comparisons going really wide there. Looks like he might be getting, I don't know if that's going to be track limits to lap deleted. Oh, it looks like is he abandoning that lap or no? He's still going through. I thought he would abandon that if he was going to go wide there. Oh, come on. Oh, goes purple in the first sector. 4/10 clear. Half a second clear of Sainz. And Verstappen green in the first sector. Not purple, but green. So his personal best, but not the best of the session right now. Hamilton is flying. Sparks are flying. That new engine is just speedy quick. So it should be very, very exciting. Very interesting as well. Verstappen. Okay, so purple and oh my god, 8/10 clear, almost a second faster than Perez's time, which is a 123.224. He is just flying around that circuit. Purple in the first 2 sectors, coming around the last few corners here. And only 4th fastest for Bottas, but Hamilton a 122 flat, 2/10 clear of Verstappen. So clearly right now, Hamilton has that advantage with the engine. Okay, so Norris is looking strong as well. I was surprised by that. I didn't think really the McLarens had the pace this weekend based on what we saw from practice 1 and practice 2, but clearly they might be sandbagging or just be hidden from what they're doing. Obviously, you can see a replay of Verstappen here. Oh, yeah, major sparks are flying there. A lot of sparks. Ooh, that's probably losing him a lot of time. Or a little bit of tire smoke as well there. So, and Yuki Tsunoda on track now. 10 minutes to go here left in Q1. 10 minutes to go. Here in Q1. So right now, as it stands, Giovinazzi and Raikkonen both near the bottom. Vettel's doing strong. Williams as well, looking good for into Q2 as it stands right now. They're looking really strong. So obviously that could change because Alonso and Ocon still have set the time, and Tsunoda still has to set a time. Tsunoda in the first sector, 3/10 off of Verstappen. Gasly goes, I told you Gasly was going quick. Goes 3rd fastest again on the medium tires. That's interesting as well. He's only 7/10 off. That AlphaTauri is quick, but also Gasly is doing an amazing job this year. He's done a great job in terms of right now where it is with the AlphaTauri. So Lewis Hamilton in the pit right now, obviously. So he'll be in the pit for a little bit later, a little bit while. And then obviously near the end of Q1, he'll do one final run. But at 122 flat is the time to beat right now for Q1. Verstappen unable to really get anything faster. Oh, look, a little bit of drama on track. Tsunoda trying to get through there, and there seemed to be looks like a Ferrari, either Sainz or Leclerc, who's holding him up a little bit. Tsunoda crosses the line, goes 5th fastest. Wow. So the AlphaTauri have pace around the Losail circuit here. So this should be This should make for a very interesting qualifying indeed. I mean, like I did say, the AlphaTauris would have some pace this weekend based on what we saw in practice. Pierre Gasly looking really strong. Now, what's really interesting, he's on the medium tire, so if he goes to the softs, could he get pole position or even get a front row lockout? Bottas going right now in the first sector. He's purple, 2/10 clear of Hamilton's time. Alonso goes third fastest with a 1:22.588. So new track and very interesting times. Ocon goes eighth fastest, 1:23 flat here. So, but a second off the pace of Hamilton, just over a second. Really interesting to see here as well. I mean, like I didn't really expect the AlphaTauri, the Alpines to have such pace, but Alonso looking great, only half a second off Hamilton, which isn't terrible for Alpine right now. Perez all the way down in 11th, 1.2 seconds off the pace. Obviously, he'll have to set a fastest lap because he's just getting pushed down the pile. And the last thing Red Bull want is Perez not to make it into Q2 or even Q3. Bottas crosses the line, goes first, goes fastest by, I don't know what to say. That's 0.3 of a millisecond quicker between Bottas over Hamilton. So Hamilton going fastest. I'm sorry, Bottas going fastest right now. And Kimi Räikkönen is slowing down, looking possibly with an engine issue or just well, no, it looks like he's just getting ready to do his cool down lap. So as it stands right now, as predicted, as I said earlier, both Haas's, both Alphas, and one of the Williams is not going to make it in. That's what I said. That's what I said. Quote me on that. But that should be really interesting as well. Perez down in P12. I don't know. I mean, like, I'm worried as a Red Bull fan just seeing that of not wanting to do. All right, yep. Drivers are coming into the pits now as it stands, and they'll probably sit there for another 4 or 5 minutes, three minutes, and then they'll go out for their out lap, as you can see. So that's Perez looking to do another lap here. Yeah, okay, minute 6. He's green in the first 2 sector as it stands right now. Come on, Perez, looking to get a little faster time here into, because right now he's at P12, sitting at P12, crosses the line, goes 4th fastest. So it's right now as it stands, Mercedes, Red Bull, and Alpine at half a second off the pace. So, I mean, Red Bull isn't completely off the pace, but 2/10, 3/10 off the leader. Verstappen right now going green in the first sector, purple in the middle sector, with a 27.276 in the middle sector. A little bit of traffic there. One of the Williams looks like Latifi that was on his outlap. 5 minutes to go in Q1 here. Verstappen right now 119, 120, crosses the line, and he goes fastest with a 121.996, beats out Bottas and Hamilton. Well, it looks like Red Bull does have some pace after all, and they were just hiding it for the last little bit. So that's good to see as well. Going to be a very tight battle for pole position as it comes down to it. Very interesting battle. I really didn't see Red Bull having the pace, but really the only difference was the sector 1, and he was about 14 milliseconds, 14 hundredths of thousandths of a second. 14 thousandths of a second quicker. So that wasn't too bad as well. As it stands right now, Russell just barely making it in past the elimination zone. Very close between Latifi, Raikkonen, and Russell. So Esteban Ocon right now sitting at P10. It's going to be obviously going into Q2. It's going to be very interesting to see as it stands. Leclerc. Oh, here's a replay of Charles Leclerc. Oh, lost it a little bit there. So I think it's really interesting. Obviously, this season, what we've seen between how well actually Ferrari has rebounded since beginning. I mean, like, we're now 19 rounds in to this 19 rounds in. This is the 19th round right here. Lando Norris, lap time deleted, going a little bit wide at the last chicane there. So Hamilton and Bottas both on their out lap. Verstappen is in. That's interesting. I thought that he just did a lap, so I don't think they would go back out or not. But that is really interesting to see that he's not going out for another out lap. Russell's right now going out for his out lap, currently 16th in the elimination zone, coming around green in the first 2 sectors. Let's see where he crosses the line. And he will go up to 10th fastest. Well done, George Russell, getting into Q10. Looking solid there. Ocon, Vettel, and Ricciardo all on their out lap. Latifi is 14th. Now, Leclerc is the driver at risk. Obviously, Leclerc should be no problem at all. I wouldn't expect them to not to make Q2 unless they decide not to go out. It looks like Verstappen is, possibly making another run. It doesn't look like they're going to be another run in Q1 here. I think they feel confident in that. I mean, like you would. You're at 121.996. You're not looking that you're going to be an issue, not make it into Q2. So a very good lap from Verstappen. Very, very good lap. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, it's 9 a.m.
I'm happy to be back in time again. I'm just so off the fact that it's supposed to be in like 5 p.m. and I'm like, oh nope, not the right time.
No, I know. Yeah, I know. We're so used to it. The past 3 weekends have been between the U.S., Mexico, and Brazil. Both have been really later, but today it's earlier as well.
Exactly.
So
there you go. So
yeah. So thanks for joining us. I've just pretty much going over what's been happening. Verstappen's right now at the fastest lap at a 1:21.996. So he's beaten out both Bottas and Hamilton, who are both on the out lap right now. So
okay, I hope you can see that too as well. Still 1 minute into the qualifying, guys.
Yeah, 1 minute left, and there's a big there's a car pileup right now. There's a big traffic jam for qualifying.
Good. Whoever got the end, they got some good tow. So hopefully,
yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I did some research, look at the track again, and see how it runs. Apparently, it's a very exciting MotoGP race, and then the last fun MotoGP race we got that's going to an F1 race was Portimao in 2020. So hopefully it will be exciting.
Right.
It does remind me of Bahrain a lot. They just like mix and match a bunch of turns from Bahrain and then put it together.
It does. The whole vibe, the desert, the sandiness, being under the lights, the circuit. It's a big oval, pretty much. Like it looks very round. Like it's not very. So.
Yeah, except for the 1 kilometer pit straights going right in there, but and they do a hairpin. And then they not only do it happen, but like a very huge chicane, and then the third one probably like just flat out. So, but we'll see.
Oh, Leclerc right now is in danger at risk. He's currently P16, going down to P17. He's only done yellow in the first sector and green in the second sector. He's 7 tenths of a second. Yeah, 7 tenths off of 7 hundredths off of Verstappen's time right now. So,
yep,
really interesting. I thought it'd be another Williams, but Leclerc is at risk right now. Let's see where he crosses the line. Coming across the line now. Come on now. 120, 121. And yeah, he goes 10th fastest. Okay, so he's fine. He goes purple in the third sector. So, wow, great sector from Leclerc.
Not really drive. It's really close. I see like there's a lot of like going over the line there. Hopefully it's no weird like regulation from the FIA decision from the FIA.
Yeah, a lot of track limits today.
Yeah, lots of track limits.
Yeah, Lando Norris had a lap time deleted earlier today, so he had to. He's currently only P13. So as Q1 gets finished up, as it stands, Hamilton goes fastest with a 1:21.9. Verstappen 95 thousandths of a second off of that, so very close between Hamilton and Verstappen. Bottas just hundredths of a second off of that. Sainz, I mean, like, I'm surprised. I'm not surprised how Ferrari is doing, but Ferrari is looking strong this weekend as well. Leclerc only able to do 13th fastest, so well off of his teammates' pace, but Sainz is doing well. Perez is up there. Alonso, Tsunoda, Gasly, Vettel, Stroll, the top 10, Ocon, Ricardo, Leclerc, Norris, and Russell are your top 15 going into Q2 as we wrap up here in the Q1 session.
Oh yeah, I missed the part when they decided not to qualify again. And I'm just like, where are the Red Bulls?
Yeah.
Yeah,
here comes Raikkonen just 2/10 of a second off there. So yeah, Raikkonen, Latifi, Giovinazzi, Schumacher, and Mazepin are knocked out here in Q1. So yeah, one of the Williams. I mean, like earlier when you were in here, when I was doing my early on predictions, who I didn't think was going to make it out of Q1, I said both Haas's, both Alphas, and one Williams, either Latifi or Russell, and I was correct on that. So I mean, it's pretty easy to guess Q1 because you know the Haas's obviously were terribly so. Wow, Nikita Mazepin 2.9 seconds off the knockout zone, so that is a terrible time. I mean, not only because it's a Haas, but just not a really good time. So, I mean, like, I do feel for Mazepin as well, because being in the Haas really is unfortunate to be having to drive that car. So
yeah, and it's also a new track too. Most of you use that very underpowered car. I guess since it's a pretty straight tracks, like there's some like technical turns, but I feel like for straight tracks, it's all the like slower car, the back market car will suffer.
Yeah,
I really want to see how McLaren's gonna be in this, because McLaren's really fast and straight, right? But there's only like one like last pitch race straight in the flat third like turn 3 or something like that. That would
right,
be
yeah. They're just showing a replay here. So Vettel going ahead of Gasly. That was just seen on a replay near the end of that pit entry. Ooh, Norris and I think one of the Alpines nearly touching there, getting close there. So yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see. Obviously, Lewis Hamilton with the fastest overall time, 1:21.9. So Verstappen not far off that, very close behind. So we'll have to see what's interesting as well. So while we're waiting for Q2 to start, let's talk about some other news. Obviously, we can talk about it now, but obviously, Giovinazzi is leaving Alfa Romeo, and Guan Yu Zhou is coming in to fill his seat. What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on Guan Yu Zhou coming in?
So much. I've been reading so much, getting a lot of posts about people comparing him to the CCP, which is intensely crazy online right now. But I think it's as much as I love Giovinazzi, or Italian Jesus, as we all call him.
Yes, Italian Jesus, as he's also known as his ulterior.
I think it's just difficult to see him like in the Alfa Romeo next year anyway, because he's been very underperforming. It's like one side he's only Italian drivers, and then like Tifosi would be happy if he's like staying in the battle, but also he's been very underperforming, as well as really bad luck with the Alfa Romeo, and Alfa Romeo and Sauber itself tend to like just get rid of the drivers like that, so not only have a lot of chance to like prove himself to be as competitive. So I'm just it's just unfortunate. I'm glad that he's doing with he's signing up with I think is it Dragon Racing for Formula E.
Yeah, for Formula E. So he is still in race. He's still staying in racing in a different series. But I would agree with you as well. I mean, like at first I was like, oh, it's unfortunate because yes, money is like ruling, like money is ruthless. But regardless, Fred Vasseur made a great comment. He said, well, he had 3 years to prove himself, and he didn't really prove himself enough. And as well, at a certain point as well, if you don't prove yourself enough to get upgraded to like, the next level of the team and the team system, getting that seat, because let's say, for example, hypothetically, he performs really well. He gets a chance to go up to Ferrari and then, works with Charles Leclerc. That's a hypothetical situation. But since he didn't perform as well, he stayed at Alfa Romeo, and obviously with the new rookie coming in as well. Now, what's more interesting is Oscar Piastri, not getting the seat. over Guan Yu Zhou. And again, Guan Yu Zhou had a great 3 years in F2, but he didn't really win the championship at all. But obviously, Oscar Piastri, rookie coming in on his way to winning the championship, and we saw that obviously with George Russell and Lando Norris, who both did that. Who were both able to do that. They went right into F1. So I'm not saying Guan Yu Zhou was undeserving in the seat, but I'm saying money definitely had to play a part. As we all know, the $30 million sponsorship was needed that he paid for to help get his seat into F1. That's all I kind of wanted to mention there, as well as green light is, I think, are on for Q2. So we will focus back on qualifying as it stands right now. But close to, almost ready. Hopefully, I think I see green lights going out, but no one's yet coming out of the garage. But they're being very.
Just before everyone coming out, I just want to say that. I agree with that. I think that I feel like the experience Guan Yu has probably gonna be a better opportunities for him because he's been in the championship for like I don't know how long, like 3 years now.
I think that this was his third season in F2. So he finished P2 behind Oscar Piastri, or he's still right now. He still has a chance to win the championship. So not saying it's not going to happen, but I'm saying right now as it stands, Oscar Piastri, a rookie coming in. And I think maybe as well, I think that's why they went with Guan Yu Zhou, is because he does have that experience. And then that way when he goes into F1, he really can just, it doesn't take a lot to get into it. Because obviously when you're 1 year in F2 and then you go right into F1, it does take a time to adjusting as well. So
yeah, exactly. So I'll say I'll be happy for and also and then I guess Oscar should probably have 1 more year would be cool. And then also, again, if we look at Charles Leclerc, who has really one phenomenal season with Sauber itself, when going from like constantly putting that Alfa Romeo into like the podium during qualifying, and then getting to the points for Sauber. So Sauber I was just like, so Ferrari gotta take them. And then Antonio Giovinazzi also young drivers, but who couldn't do that as much like that with Charles Leclerc. Well, you can see.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's unfortunate that Giovinazzi didn't really work out the way that he wanted to, because I think he does have an immense amount of talent to get into F1, but I just don't think he has that it factor to get the next level that some F1 drivers have. So, and I think that's what he was mostly looking for, really.
I really want to see. That's why I want to see, like, I mean, I low-key want to see Giovinazzi become like friends with all the Finns, but the Finnish, but well,
yes, indeed. All right, so cars are back on track here. Q2, both Mercedes are on track. Lewis Hamilton leading the way out right now. So we'll have to be really interesting to see how what Mercedes does in Q2 and who will make it into eventually Q3. So. What are your predictions? Who do you think will be eliminated in Q2? And then who do you think is kind of going to make it into Q3?
I think I have no hope for our boy, so Stroll's probably going to be out.
Yeah.
Russell, hopefully he can be in, but I don't think he can on this track. It's just proving too difficult. He's been like really close to the line there, unless he pull like a miracle.
Unless somebody crashes out and he takes a spot for whatever reason. But okay, so Hamilton is going. Here we go. His lap is underway. You can see the opening of the wing, the rear wing opening and closing. That was a big controversy last weekend at the Brazil Grand Prix. Hamilton's DRS wing failed the test by 0.2 millimeters. So yeah, that was crazy. So all right, Bottas and Hamilton are both out setting their lap times. Let's see what Hamilton does here in the first sector. I'm going a little wide there. I don't know what the track limits are for. I
think they try to. I think some of the turns is gonna be the like the stripe itself. So you cross the stripe, like that. Instead of going through the line, you cross the actual purple line after it. You get a lap invalidation. It's on some part. Like, I think there's a lot of like. Left, right, left. That I think that's the what's it? That's like the second set of turns in sector 2. I think that's the one I'm gonna get easy to get invalidated. Russell, Sainz and Norris just had an incredible lap in the background.
Definitely.
But yeah, so I think that's a track limits, but I don't know. The best way to test it out is just go into F1 2021 and hopefully they add it in time and see what's it
Yeah, I
looking
know
for.
they added the Jeddah circuit
Yeah.
because my buddy was playing that as well. So
Hmm. I want to have a F1 curse now. So every time they add a new track in, it's just never finished. So like Vietnam for last year, Jeddah with this year, and then Miami for next year. I mean, that's gonna make Alex go angry. But imagine
no,
they
no,
added
for sure.
Miami next year,
So
and this never happened.
yeah. All
That's
right, so Hamilton sets the fast lap at a 121.682. Verstappen shortly behind a 121 3/10 behind.
and then Pierre Gasly.
Gasly went very quick there. I think the AlphaTauris have a lot of pace this weekend. They are
Yeah.
showing to have a lot of pace here at the LaSalle circuit. So, whatever they did to their car, definitely will be. Apparently, he's a 1 second ahead of his target based on what the projections are for Pierre Gasly. So
Okay.
that is crazy.
And his back is like pit. He probably have back pain carrying this Avatar. But that if they do really well in this race, they're probably gonna secure the 4th spot in the like drivers championship,
Right. Yeah.
which is good. So they can actually be competitive with McLaren because McLaren performance this year was very in the later half of the season was pretty
Yeah, in the
underwhelming.
second half, really pretty much after I would say Russia or Spa, Russia around there.
Yeah.
Has really been, I mean, like obviously Ferrari has been on the uprise the past number of races here. Oh, Vettel goes wide there. Last
Mhm.
on the
So
yeah, Ocon setting green in the first sector. So not too bad.
yeah.
Yeah, so Bottas 4th, Tsunoda as well. So again, both AlphaTauris looking strong. Perez
Mhm.
down in PA right now, so not looking overly strong for Red Bull. But again, he's in the pit going on, so I think he'll probably come out later and he'll do one final run.
Yep. And then Alpine is doing pretty badly here right now. Hopefully, because they haven't had time yet.
No, yeah, Alpine hasn't set a time yet. So,
Yeah,
but based on what we saw in Q1, I would say that we're really close to
they were pretty
yeah.
close. Yeah, Alcon was like P6, right?
I think Ocon was P6, I believe. So I'd have to go back to see. Yeah, looking at Q1, who was, I mean, that's hard to tell because they usually don't post it until like way after. So, but
okay. Maybe one of the Ferrari might be in trouble because I guess
Leclerc right now is only P13, so he is only Stroll goes 8th fastest, 122.578. So Ricardo, oh, he's coming into the pit, so he's not coming around. But Alonso goes 6th fastest. So Alonso, Alpine are fine. So
yeah, Alpine's doing good. Okay, my bad.
Sorry,
Alpine.
Yeah, sorry, Alpine. So, but I think Perez is more we got to watch now. I think Perez right now is P12, so I think he will come out later and do one final lap too. But now right now because Perez is on the mediums, so he did set his fast lap on the mediums. Because I think they could be going for a strategy where they want to start in the mediums. Not sure if other teams are going to follow suit or what they want to do. Because I know for sure the circuit will be really hard in the Pirelli tires from what I've heard.
Yep.
From what I've been reading. So I could see possibly a 2-stop strategy race. So maybe mediums to hards for most people. I highly doubt that people would try to start the race on softs. But you never know really, because softs can only go for so long. So
yeah. Imagine being 29 degrees Celsius right now in I can't relate to that.
I know we can't relate to that right now where we are. It's like 12 degrees or like 5 degrees. So head-to-head qualifying, George Russell 18-1 against Nicholas Latifi.
I forgot Latifi. Did he beat him last?
I think he beat him last time out in Brazil. So
that's the Brazil. Yeah, he was over qualifying.
It was the only time that he got beaten by his teammates. It was the first time. So
hey, congrats!
I think that's why George Russell is going to Mercedes next year, which I'm super excited about as well. So that's going to be great to see George Russell. Yeah, they're just showing George Russell's results. So yeah, outside the points, the past few races, those last points finish was in Russell. In Russia. Sorry, not in Russell. In Russia. I saw RUS and I thought Russell for some reason, but yeah, Lando Norris 11th fastest right now, 20 thousandths of a second for gap to safety right now. So both Alpines are safe. Sainz is safe as well. Leclerc at the bottom right now, but again, he still hasn't. I don't think he set a fastest lap. He set a lap time, but it wasn't that great. So he'll probably definitely have to go it again for sure.
Maybe just in bad, but yeah, it's weird because I think what's gonna happen is it's a lot of straight lines, like most of the end ish in the beginning and the pit straights are like straights, but I think it's just that that's the end of the first sector, and the second sectors really make the McLaren suffer because a lot of like very medium corners, low speed corner. Because you can see Ferrari is very low on the qualifying right now as well, but so that I guess they just suffer from straight line speed because they're not really the fastest car on the straight lines, but they kind of like bounce back from second sector because you can, like maybe. Yeah, like I guess I can see that because they had a faster lap in the second sector, and then sometimes it's give them a good like momentum to go into third sectors with like move faster. So like you can see like in the Q1 when Leclerc has got a purple sector at the end there.
At the end, yeah, for sure. So
yeah,
Russell's coming around the last few corners here. What is he going to finish with? He's currently P13 right now. Can he improve on the time to get into Q3? No, he can't. Unfortunately not. So as it stands right now, it looks like I highly doubt that they'll do another run. He might do another run right away. So because I sometimes feel like I know this is a video game, but I sometimes feel it's like you do one qualifying run and then you do the next one right after. And that next one right after, you even set a fastest lap time because your tires are even warmer and you're also lower on fuel. So you're definitely a faster car. You're definitely like a little bit lighter by the smallest little margin. So I just feel that. I mean, like sometimes you just do one more lap over and then, but Valtteri Bottas making his way around the track currently in P4 right now. So it looks like Hamilton is going to be on his way out. So yeah,
I mean, if you get George Russell an intermediate tire, he might get into the podium, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be a wet race for George Russell to have a chance. Now he does really well in the wet for whatever reason, but and Verstappen is also look like to be heading out as well as Gasly is who is on his out lap right now. So yeah, fresh out of soft tires. So most drivers sticking with the soft tires, which is interesting. I find that except for Valtteri Bottas is on the mediums and Carlos Sainz is on the mediums. So that could be interesting as well. Interesting strategy from Mercedes to put Bottas on the mediums to see how that affects. I mean, I don't know because I mean, like I always feel that the soft tires don't last that long, but then somehow some drivers like Lewis Hamilton are able to make them last like so much longer, and I don't understand.
I think it could be like in a situation when they realize that it might be better to get track position. Depends on tracks as well, right? So like
that's for sure, yeah, as well. So we saw that last weekend with Lewis Hamilton. They stayed out longer, and they got track position, and they ended up getting 3 laps fresher tires for Hamilton, and it ended up paying off in the end. So it was definitely worth it for sure at the end of the. So.
Kind of makes sense for Abu Dhabi. That's a worst thing to say, but Abu Dhabi with the new repave track.
Yeah, with the new repave track and also the chance at a title fight going down to the finale. So that's what I'm more really excited for is just having the title fight going down. So
I hope so. I really hope so. I hope there's nothing going on in here and there's nothing going on in Jeddah. If Jeddah's gonna happen, I don't know if Jeddah's gonna happen or not.
Yeah, it's Sainz going wide there, really wide at that one turn. A minute and a half here left in Q2. No, I don't know if Jeddah will go ahead because they are getting close to looking finished, but it's still not going wide again there.
Yeah.
He's struggling a little bit with the grip on the medium tires there, so the downforce isn't as high. Going really pushing the limits. I wouldn't be surprised if this lap was deleted or just to be monitored by the steward. So Bottas making his way around the track. Last few corners here. Minute 12 right now is his time as it stands, coming around the final few corners. Sainz yellow in the second sector. So not good there.
Hey, Norris is really close behind, so gotta be careful.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
Oh man. If Show's not gonna get out of Q2, I'm just gonna be like, I'm sorry, Strio.
Yeah.
Trust our Canadian boy.
I mean, realistically, Leclerc, I haven't seen where Leclerc is on track yet. I don't see him on the outlap, or if he is
Oh,
there,
he's P15 right now.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. I know
he's
he's
doing
on
running
there. Yeah.
now.
Okay. I see him. Sorry.
Yeah, he's
I
doing
just see him
running
in the
now.
corner of my screen. Yeah. There he
Yeah.
is. He's
So
on
Norris
the
going back up. Stroll's going down. Can Stroll's go? Can Stroll's actually like
Stroll.
no?
Leclerc only goes 11th fastest. Oh no, Ferrari, one of the Ferraris. I was surprised because they looked like they had the pace in Q1. They had the pace. Stroll not going to make it. So, and
Stroll is
Perez as
like this
well, who's
close.
P13.
Stroll
Perez,
is like
come
this
on, Perez.
close.
Come on, Perez. Don't let me down.
Oh yeah,
Tsunoda crosses the line P5. So Tsunoda crosses the line at P5. Gasly crosses the line, goes right now as it stands. He will stay second fastest.
Damn.
He's not far off of Hamilton, 46 thousandths of a second, I believe, if I'm reading that right. If I'm doing my math correctly. Ocon goes 5th fastest to cross the line. A great lap from Ocon. So Alpine's Vettel going 8th fastest. Ricardo not able to make it into Q3, so disappointing for McLaren. Alonso goes 3rd fastest. A 121.894. Holy. Alpine are showing the pace. Here comes Perez crossing the line. No. And he only goes 11th fastest.
No.
Are you kidding me? How? No, Perez only goes 11th fastest. He doesn't make it into Q3. That's disappointing. That's unfortunate. I do feel bad for not only Red Bull fans like ourselves, but Perez fans across the world. That's tough.
That was tough, yeah.
But hey, hats off to Alonso, 3rd fastest now.
Gasly's P2 right now.
Gasly's P2, so he is up there as well. Hamilton still remains fastest with a 121.682 as it stands. So Verstappen 4th fastest, 3/10 of a second off the pace. Mm-hmm. So Bottas not far off of Verstappen as well, only about 7 milliseconds there, or 7 thousandths of a second. Perez, that's unfortunate. So really, I really thought that.
Oh yeah, I think this is.
Yeah, this is Carlos Sainz.
He went off track or something happened to him.
Possibly a deleted lap time. So would that mean that Perez moves up then, or? Because Perez, depending on
he wouldn't went off the.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he went way off. That should be a deleted lap time. I wouldn't be surprised if they delete that lap time or not, but
went off twice.
Yeah, he went off twice. That was a lot. So really nothing from maybe, I don't know, maybe they're being really light on the track limits, but I know Norris got a deleted penalty. So George Russell, that's top 15. Yeah, P15. So knocked out. Unfortunate. But Perez, I'm really more disappointed about Perez because I really thought that he had to have the pace there, but clearly just struggling there in the Red Bull. So yeah, you can see the visible frustration there in the POV cam there on the bottom corner. So
exactly.
Alrighty, Q3 is coming up soon.
Yeah. So it's been like three of them already. What's your thoughts on the sprint qualifying?
Sprint qualifying. Ooh, okay. See, I don't know. I'm torn by the sprint qualifying because every time we had a sprint qualifying, we had a race accident between Verstappen and Hamilton. Obviously, we didn't have it this time, but we were very close to touching again in Brazil. But overall, see, here's the thing though. But I think what they need to fix about it is because they have qualifying on Friday that sets the grid for the sprint race. But if you basically, for most tracks, especially again, I feel like the sprint race only works in certain areas where you have to have overtaking as a large, as a mass availability, like Brazil. Brazil, there's lots of opportunity to overtake. Again, it's a very narrow track, but regardless, there's still opportunities. But then you look at other tracks where like Monaco or even Baku does have overtaking opportunities, but I would say even Hungary, again, tracks where there's not a lot of overtaking opportunities, you can't really have the sprint race because basically when you have the qualifying on Friday, you already pretty much set the grid for Sunday. There's a few minor changes that you might see, but the sprint race does sometimes provide great action when you have Lewis Hamilton at the back of the grid with the fastest car and who's going to speed up all the way to, P5. So that's what makes it somewhat interesting. But based on what I've seen from the 3 sprint races, I do like them. There just has to be some minor tweaking in the way that they handle the qualifying and who gets pole position. Because I think what they could do is honestly, I think what they should do is they should have qualifying on Friday to develop to decide the the pole position winner, pole position winner, whoever gets. But then on Saturday, still have the race, and you can, and the grid is set by Friday's qualifying, but just have points up for available, have extra points up, like bonus points up for available for like the top 10 as it is. Doesn't have to be a lot, or top 5 even, top 5. It could be like, 5 points for first place, 4 points, whatever, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then it makes it more enticing to really have a great qualifying session, because if you win the sprint race, obviously, then you can get points. Obviously, you can get an automatic amount of points. But so I think I like it. What are your thoughts? What do you think about it?
Does feel like gimmicks.
Yeah,
I think I'm still a big fan of like one-shot qualifying, which is something that like most of the North American race do a lot. One shots, because is that the thing with Monza is one of the reasons why Monza was one of the track that do sprint qualifying, because of how bad the traffic is. So one shot kind of deal with that. So like just one car go out and then go back in. So like maybe the sprint qualifying would be like a fun. It's either like just don't do the sprint qualifying at all. Just do like a qualifying on Friday, and then Saturday just do like every time in that order go out, and then you can do like either 3 laps or like just 1 lap and see it's one shot, right? Just do one shot and see how good they can do it. Which is more like, it's just more like, well, you fucked up this one, you screw up this one, that's your fault. So when you do that, it's more than just like your car crashed because like when Kubica and Tsunoda crashed in Monza, like, and then you just deal more damage to the team as well, because I think with the budget cuts and everything, limitation as well, just really difficult for like mid-team teams to like get into those like accidents and everything.
No, for sure. Yeah. The sprint qualifying as well. I mean, like, I agree with that point as well, where they're a bit of I do like the one-shot qualifying idea that you were saying, because I know I mean, like when you play F1 2020, you can do one-shot qualifying where you just go 1 lap and it's just you. And most times when you're playing in an online lobby, like you play, like most people play like the one-shot qualifying, because it makes more better sense. So, but I would say that, I like the one-shot qualifying idea. Again, the sprint races, I'm mixed about them. I have to have more, like, I'd say more samples of them, but it's just, not totally. There's just has to be some minor changes where they just feel like a gimmick, because it's like, I feel like most of the time, whoever gets pole on Friday, stays and gets pole for the race on Sunday, because they win the sprint race, because there's like no really chance. There's no pit stop, right? Because it's just like a straight sprint race, right? So it's just pure speed, and the best cars will always, stay at the front, and then it's very hard for the other cars to overtake. So there's limited overtaking, and the only time you'll see an overtake is if Lewis Hamilton or Max Verstappen's at the back of the grid. So, but all righty, looks like the green lights are out for Q3, and looks like they're getting ready to go. Hopefully soon, as the start of Q3. 11 minutes are on the clock. Okay, right now, who do you think who's taking pole position? Do you think Hamilton will take it? He set the fastest lap in both Q1 and Q2.
Yeah.
So
Hamilton might have a chance here, unless I don't know, Verstappen just drop his head back and start going fast.
I don't know. I mean, like, it's really interesting, because we saw in Q1 where like Red Bull set the fastest lap near the end of Q1, but then Hamilton again at the end set the fastest lap. So I don't know. It's really close. I mean, I think I would say Hamilton would get pole position. Verstappen's going to get second, and I can see actually Gasly taking the third. I can see Gasly taking third, or possibly even the first row, like a front row lockout front row lockout, but in terms of second, like he'll be second on the grid, so he'll be on the front row.
The second driver's not there. You got the 2 sister drivers, drivers come assist you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
that would be a really solid race for AlphaTauri. Really, really step up to win the stick at the 4th place, and even fight for the 3rd place right now, if they have a chance to.
They could as well, and I think that would be Oh, they're doing the DRS test right now. They're doing the test as we stand on the wing. So this could be interesting. I mean, like they're doing the test on Verstappen's car. I don't think
Oh,
it
I think
failed or
it's
anything
Perez
like
car.
that. Yeah, on Verstappen's car, they're doing like the test like with the wheel roller. So
Mhm.
okay, so currently Hamilton has only one pole in the last 15 races. That's crazy. Qatar qualifying 3. That is crazy. 15
Yeah.
races. He really hasn't been. Yeah, because I'm thinking Verstappen, it's either between Verstappen, Bottas, or Perez who've taken pole, or one of the Ferraris even. So I don't know really who's, or I mean, one of the McLarens, I mean, maybe. But there's Toto Wolff, looking onwards. But yeah, so both Hamilton and Bottas are out on track right now. So
Hopefully, Vettel is going to be squeaky into the top 5. Hopefully, but
yeah, maybe the solo, both really. I mean, if you think about it, I would say Aston Martin, McLaren, and Ferrari only have one car here in the top 10. So
yeah,
which is interesting. I mean, like it's always interesting because whenever you don't have that second car to assist you to give you tow or give you some type of advantage. But I wonder if Gasly will be ordered to give Verstappen a tow or something like that. Maybe.
I don't think so.
No, I mean, like I highly doubt that would be the case because they're on totally different teams. But I know they are a sister team, but I don't think they would do that.
Unless you want to pull a DTM 2021-2020 season.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, I know. I heard about that finale. That was a bit of a unfortunate to say. So Gasly again. So no one has set a time, but okay, I think they made an error because they just showed that apparently Hamilton was 30 seconds fastest. It said it was like green and then it said minus 30 seconds, which like didn't make sense. So I think because I don't think he's 30 seconds faster. So whoever made that graphic live error made a little bit of an error because fast lap 157, Hamilton crossed the line at a one. Oh, I know why. 121.262. They had showed the long lap time. They showed the lap time of a minute 57. Yeah. And that's why it was like showing so quickly. That's why it was like minus 30 seconds, minus 27 in like his delta time. But Bottas goes second fastest. So right now it's a Mercedes lockout. This is a very good for Mercedes as it stands right now. Norris goes third fastest. So
Verstappen coming in right here. I think Verstappen got his strike invalidated last time.
Oh, last lap got deleted?
No, last time because
last time,
it was just so low on the.
Verstappen crosses the line a minute 21. Okay, so he splits the Mercedes, so that's good for him. That's good for him. He's not far off the pace of Hamilton. I think if you can split the Mercedes, because again they don't have Perez, right? So
yeah, we'll have Gasly right over there.
Yeah, they have Gasly, so Gasly can hopefully. I mean, not saying Gasly's gonna, but if Gasly can stick it, on third position here, that would be great for AlphaTauri and Red Bull, really, because that pushes Bottas down to P4. So, Gasly right now on the soft tires, so Max Verstappen close to it, but not close enough to Alonso P5 right now. So looking solid. So Ocon
midfield is pretty crazy for
this midfield battle is crazy this year, and it has been super close as well. So they're just showing the replay of Verstappen's car. So
no, I think it was just slow mo. They're like
it's just a slow mo. Yeah, I don't think he's actually going that slow around the corner. That would be concerning if he was going that slow. Humidity is 6. Yeah, it's 28 degrees Celsius on the track temperature, so it is heating up for sure. And air temperature is 20. Oh man, what would it be like to live in an area that's 25 degrees right now? That'd be nice.
Very cool. Just forfeit your rights and you should be fine.
yeah, that's true as well. This is a very interesting name. I just realized it is the Ooredoo Qatar Grand Prix. I don't know whatever that sponsor is, but it's Ooredoo.
Yeah.
Live on the Sal International Circuit, round 20. Sorry. I thought it was 19 rounds, but this is
like a wild guess. It's a telecommunications company.
Telecommunications. And I mean, like that makes sense. A lot of telecommunication countries, communications companies have sponsorships. So, but
speaking of random fun facts, so the Vietnam Grand Prix is supposed to be called the VinFast Vietnamese Grand Prix. So VinFast is like so it's by Vin Corporation or Vin Group, which is a huge corporation in Vietnam. They went from like doing more business to like a lot of real estates, and now they become like a big brand. Like they have their own universities and stuff like that. And then so VinFast is their first step into making a car brand, which is it's like kind of like you call it like the Vietnamese Tesla basically. And they had their first launch in Los Angeles, so they're gonna be going to the North America industry, like probably like the North American industry soon. So that's gonna be exciting to see. I heard the car is pretty good. It's cheap. It's not cheap. I'm just kidding. That probably is really expensive, but like people think you're broke. You just broke to buy those cars, but like those are way more expensive than like a premium hybrids, I think.
Yeah.
But see how it goes.
Even buying model scale cars of an F1 car are expensive. Even like a one. I really want to save up so much money to buy a scale car, but at the same point, where am I gonna fit a scale car in my apartment or like anywhere in my house? Like I would have to like stick it to the wall or something. And I don't think my landlord would be like, yeah, you can just bring this massive piece of machinery in. Or I would just, it would be real. I mean, like, I think it depends on what scale. You can, like, even the tiny ones are super expensive. Like, the little ones in a boxes are like $300. Like,
that's a fun price you got. I found some like 1.32 scale car. It's all around like $60 to $70, I think.
That's not bad, actually. Like a 1 to 32 scale. So Gasly finished in the top 6 in Q3 on 14 occasions out of 19 this year. So, yeah, he's had a great year with. Would you be surprised at the end of AlphaTauri's performance in the next 4 or 5 years? Do you think he moves and shifts over to Ferrari even? I mean, Gasly, because obviously Gasly has an immense amount of talent, and obviously he can't go back to Red Bull because Red Bull would never accept the mistake that they made of letting Gasly go.
I mean, with Gasly performance, and if you rerun Redemption as soon as like next season ends, he might just replace Perez, right? Because you might see a point when it's either like the same thing happened to Albon and Perez, right? Perez was constantly overperforming in that Force India Racing Point.
Force India Racing Point. Now Aston Martin,
and Perez is struggling in Albon was struggling in a Red Bull, but Gasly is right now he's carrying his AlphaTauri to the limit, and Perez is
to places where it really shouldn't be. So Perez obviously again struggling. It just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, like mathematically, it doesn't make sense how it's like, okay, you're technically supposed to be in a slower car. You're a second off the pace that you should be, but yet you're in Q3. You're currently P4 right now. Everyone's on their outlap as we final for the last 2 minutes of Q3. Who will take pole position? That is the question, and we will find out in about 2 minutes' time. You can see the fans cheering as we go around here, the Losail International Circuit, showing Max Verstappen flying around the circuit along with Valtteri Bottas, who is looking, I think, just shortly behind someone. So, I mean, like right now, as it stands, I think Hamilton is going to get pole position. I don't think, unless Verstappen has like an amazing lap, but I still think overall the pace is in Mercedes' hands. So regardless, I mean, like it's good for Verstappen to get pole, but again, we don't really know where the best starting spot is because we know in some tracks where it's better to start on the inside or the outside. Now, Conceded as well, it's a right-hander to the first corner, having pole position probably on the inside positioning. I believe, I don't know if pole position is on the left or right side, but hypothetically, let's say if it's on the right side, then obviously Hamilton does have that slight advantage of being on the inside, but again, the outside can still play very, 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 very fair to Verstappen. So Hamilton with the 121.262, 3/10 up on his previous time. So not purple in any sector, but green in the first sector. Gasly now going around to Tsunoda, unable to improve on his time so far in the first sector. So Gasly going a little bit quicker there. Green in the first sector. So if Gasly gets pole, I will be so happy. If Gasly just pulls off like an ungodly, like a godlike lap and just like insane pace. Okay, so Hamilton 3/10 up on his on the middle sector there on his previous lap.
Yeah, Tsunoda's
So
gonna go through.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be a 128 for Hamilton right here. It's gonna be a 128. That would be my time. He's gonna get into the minute 20s here.
Yeah.
Let's see here where he crosses the line.
Maybe just go down. It's not even 110. It's just like 120.
Yep, 120. No, 121.
Oh,
820. Yeah, 128. I called it. 128. I called it.
There you
Yeah.
go.
So
Oh,
yeah.
120.
Verstappen to
right.
Tsunoda crosses the line. P7. Gasly, come on. Oh, he's got tire damage. No. Gasly's got tire damage. He blew a tire. Oh no, that's so unfortunate. Track hazard.
Deny him.
No, I feel so bad for Gasly. He was going so well. Ocon crossed the line P8, so he's going to be P8.
No, you should call it. Called Hamilton's going to get the point. His movement pull up.
Verstappen is only 5/10 up, and Verstappen hasn't crossed. Oh yeah, Verstappen's still yet to cross the line here.
I mean, they can't cross the line anymore because it's they can't just go fast anymore because it's a yellow flag at the end now.
Yeah, so I don't know if they improve their time or not, because I don't know if Bottas goes third fastest. He sets the will they allow them to do another lap or no? Because I think it's going to be a similar situation to it's going to be another. It could be another Monaco situation. So Verstappen crosses the line, unable to improve, obviously having to slow down in the last sector, it looks like. So
yeah, no, I think everyone had to slow down.
I think everyone had to slow down. So I think
Hamilton. No, he's not.
I mean, like, it's okay. Hey, honestly though, I'm happy with Verstappen being second place because I don't think he would have been able to beat Hamilton.
Yo, imagine this is like the redemption arc for Pierre Gasly. Like he's just gonna be like helping the Red Bull team to win this race, and then it's gonna be like a full like anime route of Drive to Survive here.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's gonna be a whole thing. Like Perez is gonna. So where did he lose it? Let's see here on the replay. Oh, there it is. Went a little bit wide. Oh, I feel so bad. So to Tsunoda crossing the line. I wonder if they're gonna do another lap or no. If they're just on the no.
That's a flaw damage plus like wing damage too. You see that wing just flying.
Oh yeah, the wing's flying off. So no, as it stands, they've got the pole position out, and Hamilton on pole. I don't think Verstappen wouldn't have beaten Hamilton there. So
would it beneficial for Verstappen to do an engine switch right now or no? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Probably. I mean, realistically, you only got 2 races after this, so. Max Verstappen crazy 9 poles this year. Valtteri Bottas has 4 poles along with Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, it's interesting the fact that Valtteri Bottas has done really well this year. He's done since signing his deal with Alfa Romeo. He's done immensely well for Mercedes and really helped them. Obviously, Lewis Hamilton hugging it out with Angela, his physiotherapist, I believe, or I don't know. I think it's a physiotherapist or.
Yeah, it's a trainer. He's a trainer.
Yeah, sorry, trainer. It's a personal trainer. There's Verstappen comes across the line. So very exciting and dramatic end to qualifying here in Qatar with Hamilton getting pole position, Verstappen finishing second, Bottas third for your top 3. Gasly doing excellent P4, Alonso as well, P5, Norris P6, Sainz P7, to Tsunoda, Ocon, and Vettel for 8th, 9th, and 10th. And still very close in the drivers' championship. 14 points only stands between Verstappen and Hamilton, and it should make for a very exciting race tomorrow. 9 a.m. or no, I think 9 a.m. Set your time, set your alarms, be up ready to go for the race. It's going to be another early one as well, or I mean, like early for us Americans. For Europeans, it's normal time. It's in the afternoon, so. I mean, it just feels weird, honestly. I mean, it feels weird even being in Europe, thinking that they watch races in the afternoon and just like. Because it's like, I don't know. I mean, like, I guess they watch their football in the morning. Like, they watch, soccer or football in the morning, whatever you want to call it. They call it football. They watch football in the morning, and then they watch F1 in the afternoon. Where, like, for us, it's like F1 in the morning, and then usually soccer's in the afternoon, evening time, and stuff like that. For most of it, it's usually like 12, 1. I mean, like, sometimes it is 9 a.m. Eastern time as well. So, but yeah, they have like the football in the morning they play. So. Oh, well, what did you think about qualifying? That was very, what are your thoughts on qualifying?
It was pretty understandable. I think there's a lot of talks about RIP Red Bull with the fact that the engine switch really helped with Hamilton. But I think that Verstappen still really holding off him really well. So hopefully we can get a nice maybe a Mexican standoff first lap, like a Mexico Grand Prix, when he just basically just do a really nice overtake there. But we'll see how it goes.
I mean, honestly,
there's not much to think about. Yeah, there's not much right now. I think I want to see some performance. Like it was very commendable performance from the AlphaTauri. That was something that I would see.
Yes,
I was really disappointing in seeing Ferrari and McLaren, who's supposed to be in the third place, fighting for the third place right now, which is very underwhelming in the
McLaren has struggled a little bit in the second half of the season, really, as well. But no, yeah, it's gonna be super exciting as well. I think going into turn 1, I think that Hamilton's gonna be super defensive, and I think that Verstappen could be late on the brakes again. Yeah. Again, based on because it's a big right-hander. Again, like Bahrain, lots of room to kind of battle it out and stuff like that. So not a tight corner. So there's now Verstappen speaking on his. I don't know. I wouldn't say that. I didn't see the lap times because obviously if we were following along with Verstappen to see the lap times where he was at. But regardless, I think that if he was close to Hamilton and then not being able to cross the line, I think that was the smart move as well to play it safe, because if he, for example, let's say not been able to stop or decided to go through, a penalty would have occurred. So obviously he did the smart thing, did the right thing to just stop him from. He had to as well.
And then maybe what happened is if Bottas just missed his break again, he's gonna go into Hamilton instead of Verstappen.
Yeah, and indeed, yeah, for sure. So, well, that will do it for our qualifying Qatar GP qualifying watch along. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out the intermissionsports.com for more content. And stay tuned for tomorrow afternoon. Around, I'd say 12:30, 1 o'clock. Just stay tuned, obviously, for the post-race show for the Qatar Grand Prix here live on the Intermission Sports YouTube channel. Have a happy Saturday, and we'll see you tomorrow.